versus weed, like you were saying, just very people's reactions, just with the chemical mix, what it does to your brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chappelle talked about that. He was saying how he's like I've like gotten into like so many like fights and like lost so many friends because of alcohol. He's like, I've never lost a friend because of we were smoking too much weed. He's like, people either just fall asleep or they just get hungry or both at the same time.
Yeah. We're not saying operate machinery while high. No. Still don't do that. Not a good idea.
What about electric toothbrush? Can you do an electric toothbrush while you're high?
As long as it's a really small one.
Alright, fair enough. Hello everyone, welcome to Sessions with Mary Jane.
I'm Reena Ezra.
I'm Brendan O'Brien.
And I'm Jordan Free.
And wait, sing your row, row, row.
Oh, row, 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 you're blind while you wait for the bus. Was that it? Was that the song?
Yeah.
That was the first time I've ever sung that song. Another first is that we have our guest on today. And she is a comedian, writer, actress, educator, knower of things, and someone we're happy to have here. Give it for Deana Kobe. Thank you, Deana, for being here.
Thank you, guys. This is so fun. Thanks
also
for
a
having
super
me.
cool name.
Yeah.
Also, did you feel a little bit weird after Kobe Bryant passed?
Oh, yes. Everyone was very remorseful that was the Kobe to go.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, I would be very upset if you were the Kobe to go. I don't like.
Why do any Kobe need to go anywhere?
They shouldn't have to go.
Have a Kobe fest.
But where did
Kobe Beef is there too?
Is that your stage name or your actual last name? Where is the origin of your name?
That's my name, yeah. So
no, it's just you're just like from a very European family, like deep roots in America, stuff like that.
New Jersey. Yeah, I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah,
it's very uncultured and very uninteresting.
Hey, stop shitting on our state.
No,
I'm from Jersey.
No, I know, but Jersey, I like Jersey, but we're gritty, you know.
Yeah. So you've just had family in Jersey forever?
I think
specifically this. Wow.
I feel like forever.
Wow.
I know. It's so
it's
sad.
a lot of Jersey history.
Is it? I don't know.
They've seen a lot of Jersey history.
Too much Jersey history. Yeah, too much. Like, oh my God! Now that you mention it, fuck yeah. Because I've lived in a lot of different places of Jersey too, so it's like, ooh.
Ooh, wait. So what's your favorite part of Jersey?
And what's the worst? What's the best and the worst?
Is it the place you're living in right now?
Well, I live in Jersey City now.
Yeah.
Which is super fun.
Uh-huh.
I came from the suburbs, which was not as fun. Yeah, during quarantine, being in the suburbs,
What county?
I was in Union County.
Okay.
Yeah. What county is this?
Bergen?
Yeah.
On the border of Bergen and Passaic.
Oh.
And you could also see New York City from here, so it's also kind of weird.
Yeah, because also, Bergen County, I was in Mahwah, which is also in Bergen County. Bergen County spreads a wide range. But Mahwah is northern Jersey, right before you get to New York, upstate. So then it's just so crazy that you have those two different places in Jersey. But Jersey's so insane like that, Deana.
I know, you got everything.
Such a different collection of everything,
Yeah, you got everything you want in Jersey. That's why it's the best state.
Amen.
You got mountains, cities, the beach, right?
Yes.
You got the country. You got go to Sussex County is like being in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and you can drive to a lot of the places along that, right?
Yeah.
So it's really
which
good road
you can also
trip.
escape too.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
Where do you want to escape to, Deana? Out of Jersey?
I think so. Yeah,
California.
right. Yeah, California.
Not the Pine Barrens? I thought you just meant in.
Oh, the Pine
Jersey.
with the Pineys?
Yeah.
Oh no! Does that mean I am kind of close to giving up on life? Actually.
No.
Yeah,
Well, don't give up yet. Yeah,
not just giving up on life, but being homeless. I've kind of embraced this idea of being homeless could be all right. It's if that's my baseline, I could live there.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's good. Sorry, I had a transition and now I forgot I'm hot right now.
You said speaking. Nope, totally forgot it too.
Right.
But I knew what track you were on.
This is the transition, Deana. We have a challenge for you to complete during your time here on Sessions of Mary Jane. So we'll give you a list of items. to name.
Don't give up on life because you have a challenge to do.
Right. Oh yes.
Right?
Also, she gave us a challenge. She gave us a full container of golden Oreos to finish by the end of the episode.
And we will conquer that challenge. Don't you guys worry. But we'll see how much Deana will be able to name on this list that I'm providing for you.
Oh god.
So you must name and you just say items on this list anytime throughout the episode. You interrupt conversations in the middle of them if you want to. If we're about to sign off and you're wait, I have one more, you throw it in there whenever you want.
Okay.
And the list is to name rides or attractions at amusement parks that have a movie about them. So either like the amusement park can come first or the movie can come
Yeah.
first.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Universal Studios Jaws.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
I was very excited when I thought of this idea when we were just in New Orleans and Jordan and I were having a conversation. I don't even remember the conversation, but I remembered to write down this challenge.
Yeah. Rena was pretty fast with that. I was like,
I
we went to
know,
challenge Deanna
fast.
with, and she was like 5 seconds later she said that. I was like, all right, that's good. So.
Yeah, because I definitely had this in my notes because I was like, it wasn't. Anyway,
Yes.
Jaws. That's good. That's good.
Did you guys have a good time in New Orleans?
Oh my gosh, it was
Yeah?
so good to be back.
It was great.
She could tell you how it was as a first timer though.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you see cactus growing out of the sidewalk. It's so fun.
What?
There's cacti everywhere. I mean, not literally. I didn't see it growing before my eyes. That was misleading.
Rena.
We were in a very floral neighborhood.
But in a
also,
very
yeah.
old vegetation, there's lizards everywhere. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you see just trees here. There are more than just trees over there.
Yeah.
Like the climate, the fact that it rains when it's sunny, and then it's just like pouring, the sunshine, and then it goes away, and that happens multiple times a day. The fact that it's a swamp, the fact that it was built and made, and you have all these different cultures in the first place at a place that probably shouldn't even exist. The fact that people survive the crazy hurricanes that happen and shit, and people rebuild, yet it's so beautiful. The music is so good. The music is just everyone's fantastic. How is in one place where everyone's great, and the food, shrimp and alligator cheesecake. Have I ever had that before? Nope, had it on that trip. Scrumptious. Oh my gosh. So that's what I have to say about that. What do you have to say about New Orleans?
I love New Orleans. Yeah, it's epic. I was there for Easter, which was fun. You know, they had a big parade. Lots
course.
of beautiful.
The only thing I haven't experienced in New Orleans is a parade.
I went to for Halloween. That was super fun.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back for Halloween this year.
God, it's so fun there. Yeah, it's like I wonder. I guess because like COVID, like my friend, we were Ghostbusters. Yeah, before the Ghostbuster female movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, so you were trailblazers.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, it was
The
just
first ones ever.
Maybe we were just really nerdy. I know. And like we literally had like ecto-packs and like the music playing and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
It was pretty epic. But I remember my friend, I have a picture of me meeting someone who was like the naked chef. And he had a bottle of vodka and he was just like sharing it with people on the street, and it was just like okie dokie, and I'm like, oh my god. Like thinking that now, especially in COVID, I'm like, oh god.
Did
New
you
Orleans.
stand up in New Orleans?
No, I haven't been doing stand up that long. Yeah, I was in New Orleans like it's probably like 10 years ago for Halloween.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
How did you fall into stand up?
So I wanted to like do things that make me afraid so I could eventually learn to live without that fear. So I've been like putting myself in these situations, you know, and stand up kind of just was like, all right, you're up, stand up.
Whoa. Wait, what have been past ones?
So traveling, like the first time I had ever gone to the country, I went to Africa.
Whoa.
And it was like, it was super.
By yourself?
Yes. Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, it was like study abroad, so like, you know, yeah.
Was it
So
a fear?
guided Africa.
It was
Yeah, what was the fear? Traveling
fear
outside
of
the country?
traveling by myself, being
gotcha,
far
yeah.
away, like not. I had a lot of fucked up shit said to me before I went, like by professors. Like my advisor who had to sign off on it. He was a total tool. Like hated this guy, but he was like a professor of like French politics, and he was like, literally his exact words were, "Your head is gonna end up as on a plate because you're a white woman." Because yeah, like, he was talking about the volatility in the region, and like parts of West Africa are like very volatile. But like I was gonna go to Ghana. It was just, but like again, hearing this shit at 21 years old from a college professor, you know, like I'm paying this dictard money, and I'm like, I want to go, and I still went anyway. And a lot of people were really fucked up. Like I said, a lot of weird shit that I heard. But
Really?
yeah, but that's how, like, again, that's why I think for me, like, with hearing all this racial reckoning, it's like, man, people are racist. Like, you know, when you want to do something like that, like, people didn't even know where the country was. Like, or the fact, like, think about how people say Africa as, like, this, Africa. It's not like 56 countries, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so where did you go?
Ghana in West
Oh, wow.
Africa. Yeah, it was like a British colony. So,
Yeah, most of it's British
yeah.
colonies.
Well, a lot of French too.
Oh, French,
yeah, a lot
right,
of
duh,
French
of course,
too.
French.
Yeah, but British, yeah, the British had like big old chunks of everything.
Yeah, they just divide everything up between all like
Yeah.
those couple of countries.
Yeah. I used to like think how it's like, you know, that game Risk, like exactly that's really what happened, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like-
What fear did you try to conquer, and then when you finished, you're like, yeah, no, I still am scared of this. I'm never doing this again.
Probably something with heights. You know, like when you said the ride, like immediately I got like phobic because I was like roller coasters. You know?
And you were always like that?
Oh, I had a traumatic experience as a child.
Oh
Whoa.
shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Can
dish
you?
or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You don't have to if it's gonna bring
If I have a
back.
flashback, I know these lights.
Oh my
It is like a roller
It
coaster.
was
experience.
You have shining lights
It
right
might be
now.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to turn it off? Seriously?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. You're hyping me up. I'm like, this is
Triggering
what?
lights.
How bad was this ride?
It was
What happened?
on Space Mountain.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I was like, you know, fine.
Wait, where's Space Mountain? Is
Florida, Disney
World.
Disney
Yeah.
World. Okay,
And like I was 5 years old, so I don't remember anything except being terrified, like meteor shooting,
Oh
and
my
like
gosh.
crying hysterically. Yeah. So I was like, oh, and then like I was on a pirate ship once, and then I passed out and like fell on. Yeah. So it's just like I don't have good experience.
wait. You fell?
Well, yeah, I fell like through the bar. It was like I was small, like a kid. I was like
yes, I get
7
it.
and
Yes,
fell on
got
the
you.
floor and I woke up and I was holding a stranger's hand.
Oh my
I
gosh.
was like, oh.
I'm so sorry you went through that.
No, it's alright. It's like, so that's what I'm trying to work on next. I'm trying to build up to
Gotcha.
like that.
All right. Well, this challenge will definitely help you build toward that fear.
Okay.
So we're here
Yeah.
to conquer your fear.
Oh, you
together,
did
Deanna.
say wait. There's no movie Space Mountain. So
No, there's not. That's
said the
a
one
very
that
popular
isn't-
ride though. That's like one of those ones that's like usually like a 2 hour to like 4 hour, like 3 hour wait sometimes. I think
Wouldn't you think
Wow.
Pixar or Disney would have made a Space Mountain movie by now?
they're listening to this and they're going to right now. They're like, oh, duh, do it
This
now.
isn't the first time Hollywood's taken my idea. In the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, remember I said
Reena said Paul Dano, and then it happened.
he's the Riddler. Yeah, I was like, Paul Dano should be the Riddler. He's gonna be the before anything came out about that movie, and then that came out.
Yeah. They're out there. They're
That was
listening.
very
Guys.
scandalous.
They are
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah. Well, as long as someone's putting my ideas to good use, you know.
Right.
Make the money.
probably
No, it's
true.
so much money.
I bet that's what is happening though, right?
If they want to, yeah. They just
could.
let me just listen for some good ideas.
I
They
feel
can listen
like
to a lot of bad
I feel like
ideas, too,
they're poachers though who do in the big head studios go see around what people at TikTok are doing, what people at other like or they did that for YouTube before or whatever, and then they take the ideas and they like do their own version of whatever. Like if it's a scripted thing or if it's like they take it and use it for like movies or I don't know. I feel like they definitely steal artists'
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah, because it's hard to keep. Cause it's like it's hard to keep it like locked down. I guess sometimes. So.
Yeah, true. Anyway, I digress.
Yes, we digress.
So you got Jaws. Sorry, does somebody else had a question?
Did you
I
like?
thought I interrupted.
So, what were some places that you went on vacation growing up that you enjoy? Like, it's like summer vacation when you were a kid, or just like in general.
Yeah, so I went to Disney World as a kid,
yeah.
when I was 5. And then I think we only went on 2 vations, my family. Yeah, and that wasn't, I didn't go with my parents, I went with my aunt and uncle when I was 5. So I think that was also why I was like with my uncle. And the poor guy had no idea how to deal with like a screaming 5-year-old, like literally thinking she was gonna die.
Oh, my
So,
God.
and I went to Wildwood with my parents, but I think that's why like I like to travel now, like because we didn't go on vacation, you know, we just hung out. Being from New Jersey, hung out in your above ground pool.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
But what do you think about movies that are about suburbs? I know it's a very general question, but I'm saying like, right? Is there an example of? Okay, so we were just watching Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
That's suburbs in Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah.
My initial thought was terrifying. Like as soon as you said suburbs, terrifying. Like I think the suburbs.
You did look scared when she said the word suburbs.
What?
Yeah.
Why does suburbs scare you?
Okay, part of the reason why I had to move out of quarantine because I lived in the suburbs and my neighbors all were so annoying. Okay.
The only people you saw.
Yeah. And it was like the one guy kept trying to bring me tomatoes. The other lady was like literally just like in my business and asking all kinds of questions. Like I don't want to talk to you.
So you just don't like neighbors.
I just yeah,
Or tomatoes.
Or tomatoes.
I just think like you should be able to be like have like a
That's very
signal like with people where it's like no stop. You know?
You just have a very welcoming face, Deanna. People like to approach you.
Yeah.
Doesn't she?
Yeah. It is. It's too bad we don't have like universal signal. It's too bad that we don't know to go like this, and then we're like, oh, okay, and then people just walk away.
Exactly.
But I guess this is a
Wait,
little
you have to
abrasive.
describe what
I like that. Yes.
You just tug both ears at the same time.
Yeah,
Your earlobe specifically.
Audio listeners don't know.
Yeah, so like if you see someone who like is approaching you and you don't want them near you, nothing personal, just pull both your earlobes and they'll walk away.
Or
now.
just give them the middle finger.
Yeah, that was
That's
like,
already a language. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah. I feel like it's too aggressive when they do the. Isn't this interesting? Are these also, in a sense, curse words, but in sign language? Like the middle finger. Is that a curse word? I don't know. But I'm saying, like, also when if someone's putting. How do I describe this? If someone's putting, like, their arm through the other one, then they do the.
Oh,
How do you
crossing the
describe
arm,
this?
like the up
Cross the arm with the up yours, yeah, and
Yeah.
the fists.
Yeah.
Like that's also that's not good.
That's like a
not
very
nice to
Staten
do
Island
something.
hand gesture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's insulting.
Yeah, because like,
Right?
'cause
Yeah. So it's like
Up
a
your
physical
ass.
curse word.
yeah, because the middle finger is a very easy thing to do. It's like as long as you use your fingers, you just do it. But like
Exactly.
the arm like
It's
cross
usually-
thing, you have to you're like I'm committing to
Like,
this. You go one arm and then another.
What
Yeah.
if like you're holding something and like you two bags in each hand and then your neighbor comes towards you at that moment when you're like loading groceries in your house? You can't do that move. You have to give the finger.
Right. So
Because you're too many shopping.
so just notice if someone's holding groceries and they give you the finger, they might actually want to give you the up yours. So I don't
Sorry.
assume that.
This
You can't do it driving either.
No,
right?
you can't.
No, you can't. No.
No.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I have had good neighbors
That's such a
before.
good example. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I have had good neighbors before. I feel like you can't have good neighbors that make you want to have neighbors
People
because
don't
you're
really-
like, oh, it's nice to have familiar faces, and
Yeah,
it's
but
nice to like
people
know
don't-
the people around you so that it's not like strangers.
But people don't really talk to us around here.
Yeah, but it's good
In
that
the
we know
town
the
we're in
people
right now.
downstairs at least.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's
in our
true.
building,
But like where you
yes,
grew up,
yeah.
Jordan, yeah, or where both of you and Brendan grew up in Warwick, New York.
I agree with New York. You missed one town. It's okay.
Warwick.
Clerical error. Clerical
You're
error.
both
Reena.
in-
I actually liked my neighbors better in New Orleans, like the people. who
Oh
lived in my
yeah,
house,
that's
yeah.
probably really like friendly and loving and.
In Warwick, I liked some of my neighbors, but the good neighbors moved away, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The good neighbor.
Interesting.
And then the Trump-loving neighbors are
Oh my
still
gosh.
across the street to the diagonal.
Yeah, well, and that's a whole other thing too. It's like once you like find out like whether you have like good or bad neighbors, if you find out like their political affiliation, that also might make you think differently about them as neighbors as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I just want to switch gears for a sec.
Vroom vroom. You said gears.
What a cute sound effect. You have to do that every time. I'm going to use that phrase so often now, so you can do that. So, what are your thoughts on a woman in comedy? And you joined stand-up, you were saying like your whole fear thing or whatever, and we were also talking about men, we were also talking about racism, or we were also talking about, I don't know, being a woman, and because we try to get more female comics on like the podcast and like also just females in general, because I just want to talk to more women. Sorry, not offending any of like our male guests, but
There's not a lot of ladies in comedy. Like
yeah.
I mean, it's not half at least, right?
Yeah.
So, I think it's, I don't know, it's weird sometimes. It's like, sometimes it's like, you feel like an outsider. You're like, okay. It's very much like kind of a boys' club. And, you know, definitely you hear like women aren't funny. You know, like I've been told by people like, I don't think women are funny, but you were funny. And it's like, what kind of statement is that? Like,
It's like a backhand
yeah,
compliment.
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
ugh,
That's some dumb
good.
shit.
Yeah.
You are funny though, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's like, you're very just enjoyable
For
to
a
be
woman
around too.
and a man.
And then whatever.
No,
whatever
it's
it
like,
is.
so, like literally, like that's, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, but then because I think like the podcast that I've been working on, like I like to
Yes.
interview people
Mm-hmm.
because I really want to see comedy set against the social constructs that we have,
Mm-hmm.
and how does that shape like who's viewed as funny, who's not, like what will people be willing to engage with and not engage with,
Yeah.
you know, what can people
Interesting.
get away with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's definitely changed over time. What can people get away with thing.
Yeah.
How have you adapted your comedy since the pandemic? And like, what different types of stuff are you doing that you weren't doing before the pandemic?
I started doing more stuff on social media.
Mm.
Because I haven't
I
had.
noticed.
Yeah. Because there was like, not much, like, you know, mic shut down and stuff at first. So, and plus I haven't had social media that long, and I'm really, I don't like it at all. Like, considering I've lived like most of my life without it for only having like the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not fun.
How'd you stay out of it for so long?
It was easy, like, to do. The only reason I have it is because I was doing comedy.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you need to have social media for, like, finding out about what mics are and connecting with people. So I was like, all right. And I went down the
Yeah.
rabbit hole.
It's a communication tool right now. It's for
Yeah.
actually a lot of people's survival, which is crazy. That it's for many businesses' survival.
Yeah. No, it's
Like, unless you are,
valuable.
there are certain, like, businesses that obviously don't need a digital footprint, but I feel like many do.
Yeah.
It's the world, like, how, like, people are acclimated to now, you know,
Yeah.
like, and it is very handy, and it is, you know, especially too if you're trying to grow things, it's very useful.
Yeah. No, but I also agree with you. I'm, like, on both sides, but it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't, like, I don't think I've been off of social media for a while. Like, I should take a break and see what that feels like. I don't think I've ever, oh no, that's bad.
It probably would feel good. It'd probably be like a vacation.
Yeah, it should be
I
disconnected.
would like to take a road trip and not tell anybody and not post anything. When I went to New Orleans, I didn't really post anything, and it felt really good to kind of
Yeah.
just keep things to myself and just like enjoy moments to myself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as opposed to trying to like show off things and trying to like
It very,
post things and be external. Like it felt good to be internal. Yeah.
yeah. But I like that. I think to me that's so wonderful about comedy is the parallels, like, of both the lessons learned, like you said, to go internal. And I think doing comedy also is very much that lesson of going in and doing what you want to do and what you want to create, because you can't, you know, even you have to like let that all go, the external.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also,
That'll
what's
drive
the
you
po-
crazy, huh?
I was just saying, what's the point if you do the same thing that other people do?
Well, if you live too for other people's expectations, like especially like now that we're in cancel culture or whatever, you know, like I feel like the only thing that you really have like is energy, and like the energy that's created from real experience, and that's what I think is missing from social media, you know. So it's like by having these real authentic experiences and engaging people's energy, like you're able to measure the, I think, wholeness of a person as opposed to what social media gives us as a snapshot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very two-dimensional, very like...
Also, the snapshot... Sorry,
I literally didn't know what I was going to say next. I was like, just re-interrupted me at the
Darn
right
it,
time.
so I had a good instinct to... sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm kidding. But it's... nope, totally forgot. God damn, this week's too strong. No, wait, I have to remember. Oh, also, what people want you to see of their lives. It's them controlling. Honestly, it is, which is nice. Yeah, you control your own narrative of your story, but it's not transparent. It's not the whole honest truth. And like, as you're saying, snapshots or whatever, like, yeah, that's just weird.
Yep.
That's just, yeah.
These companies probably thought that like the social media thing was a joke, and they're like, oh, look at this ridiculous thing they're doing, and now they're like totally at the mercy of it, just like everyone else is. Yeah.
Woo, we went down.
It's gotten bigger than it's
a dark tech hole right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, down the rabbit hole.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, do you feel like in general, like when you think about like the future and like the next like 100 years, are you like more hopeful for it or worried for it? If you had to pick between those two
I feel like so. My poor answers are so like negative and Debbie Downer.
Oh
no. We're deep in thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, because I am not optimistic at all. Like literally, I feel like people are just like something is wrong with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially, you know, okay, people are having babies and all this shit in Texas with people wanting to regulate. And I'm like, okay, we have 8 billion people on the fucking planet already.
Yeah.
In 50 years, they're going to say, we're going to be at least 12 billion people. So, like, I just have these visions in my head of all these fucking old people just, like, walking on flaming mountains of shitty diapers. You know?
That is art, Deanna. You can paint that.
Like, because we're not doing anything, like, we're not changing any kind of, like, collective consumerism, and then we're having this fucking right-wing nut job agenda, and you're like, no, people, everybody doesn't need to have a baby, chill the fuck out.
I think, unfortunately, the global warming crisis might solve itself by people just dying of COVID because people just don't want to get the vaccine. And, like, poorer nations just aren't getting the vaccine. So I feel like it might just, like, fewer people on the planet are probably going to waste more things. I feel like that's, like, a fucked up thing that, like, people who believe in, like, the Bill Gates conspiracies, like, that's kind of where I'm, like, I feel like the virus does benefit, like, fucked up conspiracy people who are just, like...
That COVID was introduced to regulate the population? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like...
To kill people off because they're overpopulated? That's it. That's just weird.
Yep, but the one flaw with that, though, is you're looking at, like pollution and rates of, like, CO2. It's not by, like, the bottom billion. You know, it's like what would happen is they would die off, right? Because again, like life, like if you look at Afghanistan, right, the life expectancy is fucking 50 in Afghanistan, right? It's super fucked up. So it's like they're not using resources. Like they don't even have fucking water. It's literally like this industrial nations, and we're just perpetuating that shit.
That's crazy. Whee. Another deep hole. I'm sorry.
That's why, like, literally,
well,
like...
Do the children have promise? Are the kids smart?
Well, yeah, you're an educator. What is it? Raising
I used
the next
to teach
generation.
High school. I don't teach anymore, but I used to teach this stuff, like, comparative government, and we would, like, look at, like... So I was really optimistic with the youth that they were, like... you know, gonna do better, and I still am. Like, I do feel like there's definite, like, so much progress, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really love... That's why I just think I have to stay off of social media, though, because it's like you see this, and you're like, I don't think that this is truly representative of the people that are out there. You know, especially, too, when you think about, like, how we're moving, like, politically. Like, I think they're, you know, like, with having, like, transgender being a real issue and being like, we should respect autonomy. And it's like, that's huge.
Yeah.
You know? So, Greta Thunberg will save us.
Yes. Yeah, she will.
Yeah, I like Greta.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, it's like always like very encouraging to see people who are younger who are just like are educated about things. Cause kids now definitely do have access to a lot of information. So like they do have the option of knowing a lot of stuff that like probably like at that age, like I was not like wondering about and like thinking about things about the world the way that kids I think now probably are.
Yeah.
Well, Greta doing like the protests and everybody like for global warming and like just keep that's that girl.
Yeah.
There was one. What was it? I think there was a video I saw where they were asking her a question. They're like, "Who would you have dinner with, like alive or dead, or like dead? Somebody who's dead who like that you want? You know, like one of those 20 question things you give like a question to a child." And then her answer was, "Nobody. I would eat alone." She said she would prefer to eat alone instead of having dinner with somebody who's like already dead or famous person. Right?
Deanna, who would you have dinner with, alive or dead?
Greta Thunberg. Definitely.
I'm sorry, she's gonna refuse.
No, that's good. Then it's win because I get to eat alone. So
She's gonna refuse your invitation.
Oh my god, she is. That's hilarious. I love that.
So
be honest, and that's something else too. I love that. It's just like I feel like people are a little more honest, right?
Yo, that's definitely true. I feel like, like obviously they came up with the term woke, but the younger generation, I feel like, definitely observes and pays attention to more things than millennials do sometime. But I don't know. Actually, that would be because that's Gen Z, so...
Yeah. They're almost out of letters now, though. What do they do to Gen Z? Do we get more... Go back to A again?
We'll start to numbers now.
Oh, Gen 1.
I think the issue with Gen Z is they're just getting to the point where the people above them were so dumb that, like, they're going to be so poorly educated, I think.
You mean millennials or...
No, I think, like, millennials...
Because millennials is a wide span, but...
Millennials aren't, like, dumb, but, like...
No.
This is probably the dumbest, like, 3 generations of people that have just passed through. For sure, right? And, like, even if Gen Z is,
other
like,
generations
really smart,
have been...
What do you think?
But they did have a lack of education. If you go further back just in history, it's just people weren't aware.
Frontiers people, they had to, like, survive. Like, they had to be very smart.
Yeah.
Like, that was very hard to survive.
Well,
back then.
yes,
now
okay.
you could just, like...
The introduction of technology, I feel like, made us stupider, yes, because we rely on our own skills less, and we just rely on a machine. So I agree with you that way. For sure, yeah.
I think the cave people generation that, like, after the generation that invented fire were the dumbest generation because, like, obviously the ones who invented fire, you gotta give respect to them because they invented freaking fire.
Respect.
Which, like,
mad respect.
Who uses fire? Everyone uses fire in some way, right? Like,
they were the OG Thomas Edison.
They really, but then the generation after that was entitled, and they were like, we got rocks and we got fire. We are living like royalty, and they did jack shit. And
They just had sex constantly.
Just had sex.
They
They populated the entire world, so
yeah. So thank them for the overpopulation. Great, awesome. It's their fault.
Cave people caused COVID. Is the takeaway from that? So
if there's an apocalypse, are there gonna be enough lighters around so that I don't have to know how to make a fire, or am I gonna have to learn how to make a fire?
You need to know how to make a fire.
Can you, Deanna?
With the 2 rocks, yeah.
You've made a fire with 2 rocks before?
That's the thing you gotta do. Yeah, you gotta do it when you're in brownies.
Oh, wait, were you in Girl Scouts?
Wait.
Huh?
Were you in Girl Scouts?
I didn't make it that far. Yeah, I got
So what the
kicked
hell?
out.
What's brownies?
The before Girl Scouts. It's like,
my god, it's called brownies?
Yeah, there was like, I think daisies come first,
Yeah.
then brownies. And you wear like a little you look like a little UPS driver.
Yeah. Yo, they just use them to sell cookies, which are really good cookies. Excellent
They
cookies.
came out with a new flavor.
No, come on, like let's really again
Wait. Girl Scout cookies, what do you mean? What's going on? You disagree with that statement?
Little drug pushers, that's what they are. You want my cookies? And some diabetes?
Sugar is the
No,
new
it's
drug.
terrible. Sugar is, it's like, come on. A little bad for you. It's not good. It's
Yeah,
good.
no, it
It's
is bad.
delicious.
I literally
bad,
ate
bad.
5 Oreos already. I need to stop myself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need one.
You were the Girl Scout this evening.
know.
You're the one who brought the cookies to us.
I did
Like,
bring
can't
cookies. I
believe
wanted
you.
to make something. I wanted to bake you guys something. I just didn't have time because my stupid life is so annoying, and I need to get married, I think, because then I'll have someone at home to do things for me.
Yes, yes, that's a huge reason.
It is
Yeah,
really
no,
nice trading off.
It is
Sometimes
very nice,
things are
yeah.
just done when you get home and you're like, oh, this is
man.
nice.
Yeah.
Right, like Jordan, you definitely enjoyed when I texted you yesterday and said the house is clean. Like I cleaned
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Your
for
house
sure.
is so clean, by the way.
Thank
This
you.
is insane. I'm like, oh my god.
Yep.
It's really old, too.
Is it?
Yeah, we
This
think
house
it's
is
haunted.
Built in the no, nobody said that.
I
Don't
do.
summon the spirit.
Ghost said it was
No, I'm
haunted.
just acknowledging that.
It was built in
I'm friends with
1920.
them.
Ooh.
The history of it, I do not know. I should probably still look that up. I want to know what family, like what had to. So it was like one house, and then they split it up into. There's a downstairs tenant, and then we have these 2 floors. But it's just super, like just the windows and the light coming in. I haven't been in a space this open, so
It's
very nice.
yeah, it looks so new. They definitely did so much work, and it does seem like it probably gets so much
Yeah.
light.
But I am a germaphobe, so that's why it's always super clean. Because I'm definitely like a, what do they call it?
She's a very active cleaner.
Germaphobe.
No, when you're like obsessed with doing something.
Oh, like OCD?
Yeah, OCD. Yeah,
Oh.
about it. I don't know. That's a self-diagnosis. Maybe I'm not. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just felt like it. Like I was talking about it with my sister one day, and I'm just like, I think this. Yeah, I think I'm OCD. Like that's what it is, right? Because I'm like analyzing. So I just self-diagnosed. Sorry about that.
We could get the DSM,
It's
right?
weird.
They diagnose you that way.
Yeah.
But haven't
Don't get
you
an
like
old
you
one, 'cause-
have you self-diagnosed yourself before?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What conclusion have you come to, Deana?
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, you want my not my actual diagnoses, right? Oh my god. I literally thought that I had cancer, of course. Yeah, just because I think, no, like
what?
every year right before my physical. And like then you have to go for like a mammogram and you're like, oh my god. It's like, yeah, I turned 40 this year and that was like so traumatizing because it was like people were like, oh my god, it's gonna hurt so bad. Like even a guy who had to have a mammogram, he had messaged me and he's like, oh, I grew a left boob, I had to have a mammogram. And he's like, it is the worst pain I've ever experienced. So I was like, oh, so I started researching.
So, do you men know what happens in a mammogram?
Yes, do you want me to describe it to the listeners, Reena?
Yes, I'd like to hear that.
But for
That would
anybody
be
who
funny.
doesn't, just because people don't, I was on a cruise ship once and there was a comedian, a woman, and she was talking about having a mammogram, and she's like, it's when you take your boob and you just jam it in the freezer. She just said something about it, like the rest of the bit I don't remember, but my twin and I and mom were laughing hysterically and saw my older brother sitting behind us. He's like, I don't get it. And he's like, what? He's like, why? She's like, so like, yeah, that's why I asked you guys if you knew mammogram, because like it does hurt if they're like when they like, what the fuck is even the process called? I don't even know.
It was like,
But they have to X-ray it, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, they,
Or
like,
doing like
they
the
mush
machine,
it.
so you have to
They
mush it really hard and.
mush it and then
Yeah.
take pictures and it's
Listen.
weird.
But anyway, you look really good, Deana.
Oh, thanks.
I did not know that you turned that age.
Oh my
You
god.
look real good. Your eyes just got so big.
No, I'm like, why? It's because I like to eat small children.
Oh, well, we all
Just
do,
kidding.
though.
No,
I know.
you're just always bubbly when you're in a room. Or like
Oh.
energetic, and you're very like, yeah, I don't know, for some reason. We haven't seen you in a while too.
No.
So I don't know, even with that, for some reason I just feel like, I was just like, she's definitely way younger than what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
Switching
fine.
gears. Oh, I thought we were doing
Oh my god,
car- you gotta
Jordan.
do car
the
noise,
sound
Jordan.
effects.
Vroom vroom.
There we
Yeah.
go. Deana, so one of the ways that you are in our orbit, in our lives, that we all share a writer's room together, right? So, do you enjoy writing, is the first question. Feel free to answer yes or no, because, honestly, however you
I
choose.
love to write, but I'm very apprehensive because super critical. Like I write and then I rewrite it and then I hate it. You know, same thing with like doing stand up. Like it's like I don't know. It's almost like I wish I could be a little. I don't know if it's like confident or less critical. I don't know what you know. So yeah, that's how my view on writing.
I feel like life is just so finite, so it just makes it hard to do something a lot, but you have to do something a lot to be good at it. So, like, it sucks to be, like, at an open mic for, like, 4 hours because, like, life is short, but it is fun to be at comedy. Like, I feel like it rewards you when you do it on a regular basis, and it's like, oh, aren't you happy you went? Like, see, you like this, don't you?
But like you said, yeah, like the time though, with like it being so finite, because you're right, the reward is so great.
Yeah.
It's like I wish there was like just endless time.
Same with writing. It's just like to knock out chunks, I need my brain to have like 4 or 5 hours because I need to be like
writing takes time.
Thinking about it beforehand. Then I have to like get into it, and then I have to be doing it, and then be able to step away, and then come back, and then step away, and then come back.
Yeah.
And then. Yeah.
Like Deanna, does it help when you're performing and like you're kind of writing as you like talk, if you're like doing crowd work or like doing that kind of thing, or it's like easier when it comes to writing jokes versus writing sketch versus I don't know if you've written have you written like scripts?
I did write some scripts before. But like again,
Cool.
it was so I do like to write. Like I like to try all different types of writing. You know, I like writing fiction. Actually, a friend of mine and I are working on a nonfiction book right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's super fun. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like again, like that whole idea of like putting something out there and just like just having.
Yeah.
Just doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just being like, okay, I'm gonna just do it, like, and that's it. Like, I don't care what the product's gonna be like, you know.
Can we have a teaser?
Huh?
What is the nonfiction book about?
Okay.
Can we have a teaser?
Teaser man.
I wanna know. I was
You
gonna
guys are
ask.
gonna be so bored right now. It's, so my friend and I, it's basically a story of, like, all the jobs. What I would do is write the stories, like, of all the jobs that I've had.
Oh.
Because I've had a lot of really weird jobs. And, you know, it's basically a looking at the changing economy and economics from... Ooh, that looks so pretty.
That's right, that's a portion of the show that's called The Lights Go Out for 3 Seconds.
Oh, it was really exciting, though, because it was, like, red. It was like, whoa, wow. So it's like, yeah, talking about economics and looking at how the role of these different, you know, because again, I've gone from being an hourly employee to a salaried employee. I've worked at like a nanny. So like kind of like this underlying role of being a woman in the workforce and self-sustaining and how the economy's changed and predictions for the future.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds very cool. That sounds very not boring.
I don't know. Some people like, I don't know. I feel like it's like I want to just have fun all the time, and it's like I gotta stop.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that you're writing a book.
Yeah, book writing is fun.
It's fun.
You know, a lot of people that try and attempt it never finish.
Yeah.
It's a huge percentage of that. So
Yeah, and that's what I
Gotta
think goes
finish
back.
it.
Just doing it. Because, like I said, I keep finding myself writing things and then being like, I don't like this, you know, like, and then rewriting it, and then like, you know, and it's like I just gotta put it out there, you know.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, you do for a lot of, I mean, I'm sure Brendan can attest to this, but you write something and then it stays on the shelf for a while.
Yeah.
Like, do you revisit, like, I'm saying, like, do you let that process happen? Or
Yes.
do you write and then revisit whatever time it is, like, months later, a year later, 2 years later? People, like, who did we, I forgot his name, damn it. Ben? But he would say, I also forgot his last name, darn it.
Some guy named Ben.
No, do you know who I'm talking about?
Ben.
Towsey?
Oh, okay, yeah, Ben Towsey is a comedian. Yeah.
Yes, but he was like saying how he wrote something and it like stayed on the shelf for 10 years. You know,
Yeah.
like, that's a long time.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm getting
yeah,
to that
is
point now. I've written stuff a long time ago that
Yeah.
now it's coming back around.
Yeah, I think I have
Wow.
stuff
Seven
that's
for that.
pretty old like that too. Yeah.
Key
I have
is-
journals too, like from like high school and things like that. You know, like
Yeah.
old diaries I've kept. So I have like a lot of that.
How did because I wanted to try and get into journaling, but I just still never do it because I feel like I hate writing.
Yeah.
But like,
You don't have to write a lot though. You can write like one sentence to yourself
I know
every day.
that's true. I guess like maybe I don't like. I feel like it's a waste of time. So that's why I'm not getting myself like. I want to know, because you've journaled for a long time. Like, what pleasurable like experience like do you get from it? Like, what is it that you? Is it cathartic? Is it?
Yeah.
Like, what is it that just makes you feel good about journaling, writing down what you did or your thoughts?
Or just kind of like, yeah, just to get everything that's in your head just kind of like out there and just be like, bye, okay, it's done, it's go away now. You know, like, so instead of like perseverating on it, you know, you're just like, okay, go. And it's like, I don't know, it just feels like very like liberating, especially to like, in terms of like really picking and choosing what's worth my energy. You know?
Yes. Do you go back and read old journals?
Oh
that
my
you've
god.
read?
Yes, and they're horrible. Such an idiot.
Because that's the other thing too. It's like kind of interesting. I don't know if you have the same experience, but I've like read old journals, and I'm like, it's good to show like your progress of who you were as a person, or maybe lack thereof, depending on who you are. Some people, I think, it might be going their way, but like you definitely can like track like where your mind was a certain number of years ago versus where you are in the present, which I think is probably a good thing.
Yes, it is. That's very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh shit, I let that go. You know what I mean? You're like, that it doesn't exist anymore, and that is cool to have that, like, you know, evidence from your own self. You know, you're like, oh hey.
Yeah. Also, if you're worried about things being left on your shelf, just don't build shelves, and then nothing will get left there, Reena.
Then create stacks on the floor.
That's right.
Anything else to add to the list, Deanna, before we sign off?
I don't think so, right?
Wow, you got one. I thought you would have gotten way more.
Oh wait, I have to get a lot more.
No, you don't. No. You can stop whenever. You can stop.
No, I
whenever.
don't want to just get one.
Someone's gotten 0.
Yeah, we've got
Someone's
zeros.
gotten 1 before. Someone's gotten 92.
No.
Everybody's had their
Oh
own
my
different
god.
lists. Everyone's had their own list. Yeah.
Okay, so there's supposed to be rides
Yes.
based on movies. What about there's also another one at Universal Studios, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot at Universal.
I know, Universal Studio. I gotta think of what else is at Universal Studio. Isn't there Back to the Future at Universal Studio?
Yes.
Yep.
Star Wars?
I don't know if it's just called Star Wars. I'll look that up.
Yeah, no, it's true. We do need the exact name.
Star Wars.
Because we were talking about the ride. Yeah. But obviously there is a Star Wars that opened up in Disney World? Disneyland?
Oh.
One of them.
Shoot. No, it's definitely Disney World. Do they also have one in Disneyland? I don't know. It's
I don't
crazy.
know. Let's see.
It is not called the. Oh wait, there is a ride called the Star Wars ride. You said that, right? You said Star Wars ride.
Wars,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Star Wars ride.
Yes. A lot of these are just like right. They're like exactly what they are. They're like, yep, this is about this movie.
yeah. No need to make shit up.
No.
I think that's it. I think I've given up now. I've got 4, right?
All right, Deanna.
That's good. That's congratulations. Any last words, co-hosts?
No, just everybody should follow Deanna everywhere.
Yeah.
On all platforms because she's very funny and you should try to catch her live because her energy is great and she is great
Yeah.
whenever
Yeah.
she's at any show or place.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to plug or any upcoming stuff that you want to let the people know about?
Thank you so much for those kind words. That was so nice.
Yo,
And
yeah,
this
you're
was
the best.
super fun, you guys. This was super duper fun. And I love being part of the writing group. It's also been fun. I love Late Night Hump. everybody needs to also follow you guys everywhere because it's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I have some shows coming up. So on social media, on Instagram, that's the platform I engage with
Gotcha.
most frequently. I feel like it's very palatable and
Yes.
nice pictures.
Mostly pictures.
Yes,
right?
I do
Pictures,
like the
yeah.
gram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What are
we
your
will put her.
shows?
I'm gonna be on Saturday at the Kelly Center in Havertown. Yeah, so that should be
That
fun.
is the 18th?
Saturday, yeah, is it the 18th?
The 18th?
I don't know.
We will also put your
We'll put it below.
info
Oh,
in
okay.
the
Yeah.
description. Yeah,
Thank
we're
you,
gonna add all
yeah.
your stuff and your handles and yeah. And then when she's not on social media, don't worry about it because that's her private life.
That's right. If she
Well,
tugs
yeah,
her
this is
ears,
what-
leave her alone.
This is when you have to say all your shows so that you don't have to go on social media.
All right. Thank you, Deanna. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Have a good one.